Once upon a time, in a vibrant village nestled between lush green hills in Africa, there lived a cheerful young girl known as Little Blue Riding Hood. She was called so because of the variety of beautiful blue cloaks her grandmother had knitted for her, adorned with colourful beads that glimmered like the night sky. One sunny morning, Little Blue Riding Hood's mother asked her to deliver a basket of delicious treats to her grandmother, who lived deep in the heart of the forest. "Stay on the path and don't talk to strangers," her mother warned. With a smile and a wave, Little Blue Riding Hood set off on her adventure. As she walked through the forest, the sunlight danced through the trees, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of wildflowers. However, lurking among the shadows was a cunning fox, known for his trickery and cleverness. The fox, seeing Little Blue Riding Hood, approached her with a sly grin. "Hello, little one. Where are you headed on this fine day?" he asked, his eyes twinkling with mischief. "I'm going to visit my grandmother, who lives by the river," she replied, remembering her mother's warning, but feeling the warmth of the sun and the beauty of the day. The fox, thinking quickly, suggested, "Why not take the longer path? It's filled with the most beautiful flowers and singing birds. Your grandmother would love it." With a twinkle of curiosity in her eyes, Little Blue Riding Hood thought it would be a delightful detour. While she admired the flowers and listened to the birds, the fox took the shorter path to Grandma's house. When he arrived, he knocked on the door, and Grandma, unsuspecting, invited him in. The fox quickly devised a plan and disguised himself in Grandma's clothes, slipping under the covers of her bed. Meanwhile, Little Blue Riding Hood was enjoying her time in the forest, picking flowers and singing songs. When she finally reached her grandmother's house, she noticed something odd about the door being slightly ajar. "Grandma, it's me, Little Blue Riding Hood," she called out. "Come in, dear," replied the fox in a high voice, trying to imitate Grandma. As Little Blue Riding Hood entered, she noticed the curtains drawn and the room dim. She approached the bed and asked, "Grandma, what big eyes you have." "All the better to see you with, my dear," the fox replied, a grin forming. "And what big ears you have?" she continued, feeling a mix of fear and bravery. "All the better to hear you with," he answered, revealing his sharp teeth. Little Blue Riding Hood, realizing this was not her grandmother, shouted, "You are not my grandma, you are a fox!" With quick thinking, she remembered the stories her mother had told her about cleverness overcoming strength. She grabbed the basket filled with treats and threw it at the fox, causing him to stumble backward. The noise attracted the attention of a wise old tortoise who lived nearby. Hearing the commotion, he waddled over and peered into the window. "What's going on here?" he asked, his voice calm and steady. Little Blue Riding Hood explained, and the tortoise, with his wisdom, devised a plan. "Little Blue, let's teach this fox a lesson. Together we can outsmart him." They quickly set a trap using the delicious treats in the basket. Little Blue Riding Hood lured the fox outside, pretending to run away in fear. The fox, thinking he had scared her off, chased after her. But as he approached, he got caught in the cleverly set trap. With the fox entangled in the basket, the tortoise and Little Blue Riding Hood stood tall. "You may be clever, but you cannot outsmart the unity of a brave heart and wise mind," the tortoise declared. The fox, realizing he had been outsmarted, promised never to trick anyone again and was released with a warning. Little Blue Riding Hood learned the importance of caution and the strength of friendship. When she finally visited her grandmother, they shared a joyful reunion, and Little Blue Riding Hood told her all about the adventure. From that day on, she wore her blue cloak with pride, knowing that bravery and cleverness could overcome even the trickiest of foes. And so Little Blue Riding Hood became a legend in her village, reminding everyone that kindness, courage and wit could light the darkest of paths. And they all lived happily ever after.